Good day everyone, I'm Engine Cadet Limbaga Bryan Ken, and we are the Group 2. Our assigned topic is all about in what ways in market globalism embedded in contemporary global economic relation.
So, good day, sir. I am Karjan Iokama. So, my topic is in what ways in market globalization embedded in contemporary global economic relations. So, this means that market globalism is fully embedded in contemporary global economic relation. In other words, contemporary global relations are deeply influenced by international trade. Countries engage in trade networks, trade agreement, trade deals, and so on. So, without globalization, dili mag-work ang market globalism. So, globalization is the process by which ideas, knowledge, informations, goods, and services spread around the world. In business term, is used an economic context to describe integration economies market by free trade, the free flow of capital among countries and easy access to foreign resources including labor markets to maximize returns and benefit for the common good. So globalization refers to the increasing independence of world economies as a result of the growing scale and cross-border trade to commodities and flow of international capital and wide and rapid speed of technology.
So, good evening, everyone. I am Engine Cadet Cabañero Jotam B, and today I'm going to tackle or discuss on how globalization works. So, in globalized economy, countries specialize in the products and services they have a competitive advantage in. So, this generally means what they can produce and provide most efficiently with the least amount of resources at a lower cost than competing nations. If all countries are specializing in what they do best, production should be more efficient worldwide, prices should be lower, economic growth widespread, and all countries should be benefit. So here are here are some of example of globalization work. So a car being when a car is being assembled in the United States may import parts from Japan, Germany, or Korea. This creates a whole new avenue for trade. When the United States has to pay for certain parts from around the world, wait for them to be shipped, and then resume localized production. So that's an example of globalization work in a technology like cars. So and here are another example of globalization work in a cultural globalization. This is a good example of cultural globalization. For instance, the trading of commodities such as coffee or avocados. Coffee is said to be originally from Ethiopia and consumed in the Arabid nation or region. Nonetheless, due to the commercial trades after the 11th century, it is nowadays known as a globally consumed commodity. So,
Good day everyone, I'm Engine Cadet Limbaga Bryan Ken. Internet and Internet communication. The Internet has increased the sharing and flow of information and knowledge, access to ideas, and exchange of culture among people of different countries. It has contributed to closing the digital divide between more and less advanced countries. So, we all know that technology has paved way into the new or modern world we are living today. With this, internet find its ways connecting people to the different part of the world and become a key factor in building communication towards our loved ones across other countries. So one of the example is the seafarers. It's easy to communicate now. Unlike the past decades, internet is really a big help. Innovation of technology makes easy to seafarer to access and connect to their families through social media. And some of the ship now, even at the middle of the sea, they have internet. Internet plays a significant role not only in sharing your ideas or any information all over the web, but for most, it helps break the barrier of communication through cultural understanding by learning to approach cultural differences between places. So instead of building a gap within digital platform, why not make it more positively beneficial for everyone? Stop the digital division and widen the space for healthy sharing of ideas, information, new inventions, and possibilities.
Good day, everyone. I'm Engine Cadet Danilo Losorata Jr. My assigned topic for today, which is communication technology. First, is we have to define what is communication technology. Communication technology, also known as information technology, refers to all equipment and programs that are used to process and communicate information. So, because of communication technology, the scale of globalization have grown dramatically. It unites the developed and developing country, in which the capability of communication technology will quickly reach and merge the connections of culture, society, economies, social life, and politics as are already into the 21st century. The advantage of communication technology in globalization are that it expands economic activity globally, and any participating nation can benefit based on the economic value it contributes. For example, corporations in rich countries can expand into a new markets by assisting developing countries in raising their level of living, and developing countries can raise their standard or life from new communities. On the other hand, one of the example of disadvantaged communication technology is where companies from various nations produce goods in a particular nation, and this may be acceptable in that nation, but not where the companies are located. In conclusion, if the future of if the future both of globalization and communication technologies will be determined by establishing a balance between the benefit and losses. Finding this balance will involve some political sacrifice on the part of all participating countries. Most political leaders, however, should be willing to make the necessary agreement if they properly examine what is important. Because of communication technology is the hope and vision associated with the continuous expansion of global economy.
Good morning. I'm Engine Cadet Rodas. So, IoT and AI, these technologies are enable the tracking of assets in transit and as they move across borders, making cross-border product management more efficient. So, these technologies refers such as industrial robot, artificial intelligence, uh, machine learning. These developments can improve the speed, quality, and cost of goods and services. So, for example, IoT consists of a GPS and database which stores all the data collected by devices on the ship. The, the advantages of using IoT is that since it keeps track of all the shipments, the shipping industry will be be able to provide better customer service. Also, it can provide customers with information and their location, the time arrival, and the delay in the shipment, so that the shipment will arrive in their.
Good day, this is Cadet ALCANO reporting about transportation. Advances in air and fast rail technologies have facilitated the movement of people and products, and changes in shipping logistics technology moves raw materials, parts, and finished products around the globe more efficiently. So, before, there are transportation inside the country, but now, because of the upgrades and globalization upgrades, there are transportation outside the country, or can be delivered or transport around the globe with the means of shipping vessels, airplanes, and trains. This helps them to transport faster and don't hassle time. It also helps the products, such as raw products or perishable products, to be delivered fresh and still good to the people who needs to have the products. That's all.
Good morning, sir. I am Engine Cadet JHUN Papas. My topic is manufacturing. Manufacturing advances such as automation and 3D printing have reduced geographic constraint in the manufacturing industry. 3D printing enables digital design to be sent anywhere and physical printed, making distributed smaller scale production near the point of consumption easier. Automation speed up processes and supply chain, giving workforces more flexibility and improving output. Manufacturing and meaning of the word manufacturing, what comes up in our mind is the production. And manufacturing is a production of goods through the use of labor, machinery, tools, and biological or chemical processes or formulation. Example is to manufacture is to make clothing to cotton, or making of automobiles in factories. And how does manufacturing help our society to grow and sustain a higher standard of living for global communities and individual families, from increasing GDP and lower unemployment to a better quality life? Manufacturing can be the answer for a multitude of complex issues. And what and benefits of manufacturing: more quality control, shortened lead times, reduced delivery costs, environmental friendliness, laws that help ensure high standard of employment and safety. And that's all, sir.
Good night, everyone. I'm Engine Cadet Cuevas. I'm going to discuss my topic about the importance of globalizations. Why is globalization important? Globalization changes the way nations, businesses, and people interact. Specifically, it changes the nature of economic activity among nations, expanding trade, opening global supply chains, and providing access to natural resources and labor markets. Globalization is important because it is one of the most powerful forces affecting the modern world of changes. Globalization is about interconnectedness of people and businesses across the world that eventually leads to global cultural, political, economic integrations and technology development. Globalization creates opportunity to expand, increase trade, promotes international competitions, changing the way trade and financial exchange and international affairs among nations also promotes cultural exchanges of ideas. It also removes barriers set by geographic constraints, political boundaries, and political economies, and also gives opportunity and ability to move and communicate easily with others all over the world.